Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. Today I'm going to talk about the Freddie Gray trial. As many people know, there have been three trials. The first trial was a hung jury. The second trial, the officer basically was exonerated, and now you have this third trial involving Officer Caesar Goodson. He is the officer who faces the most serious charges. He has been charged with second-degree depraved-heart murder. He's also been charged with manslaughter and second-degree assault and reckless endangerment. He is the one who drove the van that Freddie Gray was in. And for those of you who don't know, here are the basic facts. Freddie Gray was arrested. He was placed in a police van, handcuffed, and he wasn't seatbelted. The brother went into the van alive. Even though he seemed like he was struggling or limping or like he was somewhat injured when he went into that van, when he came out of that van, his neck was severely broken. One of the medical examiners said that his neck felt like a bag of rocks. That's how shattered his neck was, his backbone was. This brother was severely injured. He was in a coma for about a week, if I'm not mistaken, and then he passed away. And as people know, on the day that he was buried, there was unrest here in Baltimore. There were rebellions in Baltimore. And people are concerned about what will happen if this officer gets off. Because this officer faces the most serious charges. The police expect us to believe that Freddie Gray went in that van and broke his own damn neck. That makes no sense at all. He was under the custody and control of the police department, and they failed him miserably. That brother was handcuffed. They didn't seatbelt him. And they say that there was no evidence presented at trial that this officer put Freddie Gray through a rough ride. That's what they say. I wasn't in the courtroom to hear the proceedings and all that kind of stuff, but many legal experts are saying that that's the case. They said that the only video evidence that they showed of the ride was the officer going through a stop sign and making a sharp turn. So there's an issue about whether or not adequate evidence was presented that this officer engaged in a rough ride. But the fact of the matter is, this brother went into that van alive. His neck was fine when he got in that van. He got out of that van. His neck was shattered. Somebody is to blame for this, and it's the police department. And I hope that they find Caesar Goodson guilty of one of these charges, even if it's a lesser charge. Something has to be done about this, because we are tired of black people, black men in particular, being killed by these police and there being no justice rendered. If there is no justice in this particular case against Caesar Goodson, it's probably going to be very difficult to charge the others, because this is the man who had the opportunity to seatbelt Freddie Gray and failed to do so. He had the opportunity to take him to the hospital because Freddie Gray said that he needed medical attention, but he failed to do so. This is the man that drove the van that caused the injury to this brother's neck, that caused that brother's death. So there has to be some kind of accountability. When these police can't be held accountable by the legal system, people lose complete hope. They lose faith in the political process. They lose faith in the criminal justice system. And they lose faith in the whole system. That's why you had uprisings here in Baltimore. And I just hope that we don't see a repeat of that here. this situation just points to how even though you have all black everything, you still had these pervasive problems of police brutality in our communities. You have a black mayor. At the time, you had a black police chief. The officer here that's being charged is a black man, and the prosecutor is black, and then the judge is black. In this case, is being uh, tried before a judge. The judge will be the finder of fact in this particular case. They have a bench trial instead of a jury trial here. So this makes it probably more likely that Caesar Goodson will either get off or he will face far less charges than he ordinarily would face during a jury trial. So I'm just concerned. I just want to express my concern in this video. And as soon as I get home from work tomorrow, I'll probably do a follow-up video after the verdict is announced. It's my understanding that the verdict will be announced at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So please stay tuned to this important story. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.